Hi guys, another workshop video. So, you may be aware the progress of the NS Eccentric Cromo and how I've built it up and things like this. And you may be aware I've got a Suntour Aion fork on the front. So, I had a subscriber basically tell me I could actually adjust the travel on this fork, and I've had a look into it. It looks really easy. And I think I'm going to do that. Basically because I took it to Kim for a free ride the other week. And obviously, being a hardtail, you got your front suspension, but obviously when that front suspension compresses, the head angle steepens, and some of the gnarlier trails were really steep, and I think I could do with a little bit more travel on the front. So this bike is designed for 130 to 140 mil travel. I'm actually going to increase this fork from 140 to 160, so 10 mil's not going to make that much of a difference, but it's probably going to slacken my head angle out to about 64 degrees. Which I think for the winter riding and the steeper section, it's gonna give me a more stable bike. So let's get to it. First things first, brake caliper off. Everything where I know it's going to be. I don't lose any bits and pieces. What I'm going to do is throw it over the bars. Next step, I'm going to take the air cap off. Just have a little Allen key, just take the air out of that fork. Little persuasion. Off. A little O-ring. Don't forget to put those back on. Right, 10mm spanner. Should really take the wheel off, shouldn't I? Just gives me a little bit more leverage leaving the wheel on till the end. Just want to make sure these washers are on here. Shouldn't be any oil at all in a Suntour fork, it's all grease. Bit of a pop. Right, let's get a big spanner, some blue roll. Shouldn't be too tight this. We'll see. There we go. There we go. Right, so you can see there's two spaces at the top here. So there's 140mm at the moment, so each spacer is 10mm. So if I take one spacer, it's 150, two spaces, it's 160. So let's take these two off. 1, 2. Keep hold of them. Plenty of grease on here. Actually, it looks like a new fork. So, got nothing to worry about there. Absolutely loads of grease, which is good. I'm just going to get some rubbing alcohol. Just clear these down. Clean the insides of here. I mean, bloody hell, they're pretty clean, to be honest. Yeah, so the forks aren't that old. The forks are only about 6 months old. I'm going to use some grease, so I use the RockShox butter. Well, it's not the butter, it's like grease. But you can use the SRAM butter or Suntour do one. But it's basically fork grease. Being very gentle on the end of this. Don't want to go too tight. I'll put a tiny bit of fork oil in. I don't want much in here, to be honest. All I want is 5ml in each. Don't have to put any in these because, like I say, they don't have oil in, they just have grease. But just putting a little bit in, I think, is going to make the world of difference. Lovely. Right, don't forget the O-ring. And the rebound. Shock pump. Now, let's have a look. Tape measure 160. A bit more air in that. Now I like my fork nice and plush, so I'm probably going to keep the same PSI in it, even though I've gained 20mm. Which is my PSI is about 90. We're going to go with that. Yeah, looks good. Before you attempt this, it's a good idea just to make sure that your brake hoses are long enough. Luckily I've got quite a bit of hose on my front brake. That looks lovely. There we go everyone, upgraded the Suntour Aion fork from 140 to 160. All I've got to do now is check how slack that head angle is. So, let's see how slack this is. Don't think it's 72 degrees. Right, here we go. 64 degrees. 64 degree head angle. That should make mincemeat out of Kimber, hopefully. So guys, if you like these workshop videos, let me know. Give me a bit of feedback. If you don't, I'm going to do them regardless anyway. But it's nice to know your feedback. Just like one of the subscribers to the channel told me that there were the air chamber in this fork. So I took those away, and obviously I was able to make 140 to 160, which is perfect. So you guys are responsible for my riding quality going up, which is awesome. So if you like this channel and you found this video interesting, like and subscribe, really does help me out, and we'll catch you later.